Welcome. It's for a kind of impromptu vintage vibe because we got a little knock at the door today, and I just want to kind of put you in a little bit of suspense to what's here. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but we're going to open this up. All that we do know is that the box has got labeling from Japan, and it says high value. So let's see what the vintage vibe has got themselves into now. All right. I really hope that this came all in one piece. So far so good with the condition of the box. We got a double box, which is nice. Geez, I wish I could tell you what it is, but that would take away the mystery, right? You gotta keep this in suspense. Oh man, this tape is keeping me in suspense as well too. Just let's get in there with that. Okay, we got that undone. Woo! What in the world can it be? Okay, let's see. Got some paper. We got something big. Something big and heavy. And I feel gonna give you a clue. I feel a transformer. Okay, so move this back kind of here in the center, and I am gonna tell you, oh no, I feel something moving. I'm hoping that's just a cord, not something that's broken. You know, I've never imported anything from Japan before. This was a late night eBay purchase. For those who have done it, you know what I mean? It happens, doesn't it? And the process of importing from Japan, it's not that it's really difficult, but be prepared to pay some significant duties and taxes on the percentage of your purchase. I'll share with you a little bit later on what that percentage works out to once I do a quick calculation. And if who you're buying the item from does not fill out paperwork in advance to who the broker is, then be prepared that your item is going to get stuck in customs, and you're going to get a phone call basically saying that they need broker information. Now, if it's a big shipper like a FedEx, which is the case here, then they can do the brokering for you, but as you guessed, there'd be some additional charges for that. I mean, you can do the brokering yourself. There's a bunch of papers that you fill out, but for me, I'm not going to go through that hassle. Okay, so I don't know if you can guess yet, but I see some heavy iron. That's a clue. Oh, it's like carving a turkey. I'm usually a lot more careful and methodical and slow about unpacking something, but what in the world is that, you may say? Well, that, probably everybody who doesn't know, is over 20 output tubes. It is a transformerless tube amplifier. You are looking at quite possibly one of the most rare tube power amplifiers on this planet. The Technics 20A power amplifier. We got one last thing to open up here. Got another box that just arrived from Japan, Tokyo to be exact. You know, we're going to take a quick peek at what we got in here. Now, this is some sort of crazy tape. I got a feeling I know what this is, although the box seems a little big. There we go. we got inside here? Oh yes. This is the old box within a box. Okay. Got a smell of old books. That's what this smells like, old books. Although I'm not much of a reader. Oh, there we go. But another box. Okay. The last part of the box. Some explosive writing on that box. Oh, look at this. What do we got here? Nice job. Everything packaged beautifully. Big thanks goes out to my contact, my new friend in Tokyo. And wow, there we go. We've got some of the undisputably most rare tubes in the world, Matsushita tubes, and these are 50H B26s. So that is the exact tube we need for our Technics amplifier. And I had a big fear when I got this amp that if we had any bad tubes in it, we would be left with something that was inoperable because the tubes are absolutely obsolete. So we've got 13 new old stock tubes here, and hopefully we can get our hands on another, I don't know, maybe another 7 of them, so we got a complete set. There we go, eh? Just a nice looking little tube. I shouldn't say really little. I mean, it's kind of like a EL84 on steroids. But there you go. So now we've got at least 13 replacement tubes for our ultra rare Techniques, which again, I can't wait to actually listen to. I did fire it up. Both channels did work, both in low power mode and high power mode. There's a switch, a rocker switch on the amp, and basically low power disengages half of the output tubes. Channels sounded strong and clear and balanced, so that's a big plus. But the capacitors, all original. In fact, here's a picture of the inside of that amplifier as I was kind of dissecting it. You want to take a peek right here. Okay, we're just kind of poking around inside this unit, taking a look at the capacitors. You can kind of see they're all looking pretty original, and there are quite a few, to say the least. Coming across to this side, we got another entire firing squad up here, and anything ranging from 330. 100s over here. These are pretty big for a 5. So maybe at one point some of these might have been replaced, but it looks pretty darn original for the most part, I think, throughout this thing. And we can see there's a what likely is some sort of a little choke transformer down here. Couple fuses, right and left channel. We've got a factory fan, kind of interesting. I guess this guy runs pretty hot considering how many tubes we've got inside of it. And we are missing a kind of grommet right here for protecting the power cord. We'll maybe change that out. We've also gone ahead and replaced the feet on this, because the feet on the amplifier were completely deteriorated into kind of nothing. So you kind of see some of them here, these big rubber kind of feet, and you can see how badly just deteriorated and broken apart. Now, I happen to have exactly the same thing, only brand new in a little bag. So we got some nice rubber ones here we're going to install, or we already have installed. I thank Glenn for those four. And on the back side, just some new screws and bolts to kind of put it all in place. So there you have a sneak peek of that amplifier that I just am absolutely ecstatic about having. I can't wait to do a restoration on it, get you kind of up close and personal with that amplifier, how it sounds, what exactly does it take to find one, you know, what are they worth, and ultimately, you know, is it worth the chase? Is it worth a place in your vintage audio collection, right? I mean, that's what it all comes down to in the end. Now, before I show you some pictures of that amplifier, because I have taken a couple little reels here of it, let's go to a quick commercial break. Do you love your cat? Then your cat deserves golden years. That's right, the first cat food made by a group of audiophile monks. We think your cat will go crazy for it. Now, if that wasn't intense enough for you, again, check out these 20 output tubes and no output transformers. This is about as cool as it gets for, well, those one-of-a-kind pieces. In terms of collectability, I mean, this is the very first amp Technics made. In my books, that gives it a 10 for a cool factor, even without knowing how the darn thing sounds. Just saying, right? So stay tuned and check out the full review of this amplifier eventually when we get it restored. Until then, we'll leave you with a couple picks. And if you love your cat, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for joining on The Vintage Vibe.